All right, y'all, let's lock in. We got 2 short films. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen? Five-minute what? Chuck, can y'all hear me chewing? Is that his house? Somebody upstairs taking a shit. I'm loud. Wait, Mike, so good. I could feel him breathing down my neck. Is that loud? Is that loud? All right, bro. You not questioning this shit? Like, word. Nah, he's cooked, Jack. He cooked. He cooked, Jack. Uh-oh. Lotion? He not moving with enough, like, he not moving with enough, like, what's that word I'm looking for? He not moving with enough urgency for me. He's just chilling. Like, I don't. This nigga got the worst acting I've ever seen. I'm be honest. Most of these horror shit to be corny, I would have did better. I would have said just like this, chat. Nigga said like this. Nigga said like this. No emotion, no nothing. He said just like this. Like, what, nigga? That scream got me dead. Once you hear the scary music, that mean that you already lost. So whoever, whatever ghost or human trying to kill you, they already succeeded. So they happy. So now they playing music and they dancing around. So niggas upstairs know you about to die. So they upstairs lollygagging, playing with your toys, playing with your games. They upstairs dancing, playing. Once you hear music in a situation like this, you're done. They're not worried about killing you. You like bro, you're a goner. They upstairs tiptoeing and shit. It took him 4 minutes to reach for the front. It took him 4 minutes to decide, let me leave the house now. The shit touched him. It did all of this. Now he decide after 4 minutes, let me leave. Nigga going back upstairs where they was celebrating. Nigga going back upstairs where they was just celebrating and having a party. What's up with this nigga? Yo, chat. Yo, Nachos, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Wadium, my boy. Welcome to the stream, bro. Exclamation mark Discord to join the Discord. Everybody's spamming W's for the new follower. W. Am I playing Roblox? Not anymore. Answer me when I'm speaking to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What am I? Wait, is Fortnite still? Wait. Is Fortnite? Wait. Fortnite was on this whole time. Niggas was listening to me. L acting. So the monster just teleported. The ghost teleported. We couldn't see the jump scare. We couldn't see him busting down the door. He just teleported. And I don't even know why he went back upstairs. Like, this nigga stupid. Chat, this video should be better. We have three true
brother, this guy stinks!
Who the fuck said that? Yo, Frankie, you good over there? Yeah, y'all can't even see Frankie. All right, chat, we got 3 true horror stories animated. These are true stories that are animated by a YouTuber, W Horror Short Party Films. The following stories was inspired by... Wait, hold on. Damn. Let me change my keyboard real quick. Like, damn, nigga, I can't read that fast. Inspired by or loosely based off of the actual events. The Spirit Store?
This happened around the middle of fall a few years ago. I was working as a cashier at Spirit Halloween, one of a couple of seasonal jobs I switched between. Honestly, Spirit Halloween was my favorite place to work. All I really did was sell party supplies and Halloween stuff.
Is that a boy or girl?
The job itself was easy. It's a lot less demanding than working at some place like Walmart or Target, but every job has its bad parts. And for Spirit Halloween, it's the people. Not all of them, just some of them. Like annoying little kids who run around and mess with everything like we're a library of toys. Or the smart-ass guy who thinks it's funny to put on a mask and jump out at people with fake knives in their hands. Worst of all, it's the thieves. When I first started working there, I didn't expect shoplifting to be much of a problem. Like any big store, we have a no-chase policy for liability reasons, but as employees, we're still held accountable for loss of inventory to a degree, so we keep an eye out for suspicious customers. It's better to confront them before they try to leave, and give them a chance to surrender their stolen items before calling the police on them. One night, I was working at the register by myself, while my only other coworker on shift was cleaning and stocking. We were both fairly busy with our respective tasks. With mine though, there's lots of little moments of downtime, like waiting for customers to pay and standing there while the system processes. During those little moments, I was keeping an eye out on the other customers walking around. At some point, close to the end of the night, these two girls walked in together. I didn't want to judge based off looks alone, but they seemed like high schoolers. They had backpacks and were on their phones making or watching TikToks.
That's a demon.
Typically, kids that age have no money and no regard for consequences, so I suspected they might try and steal makeup or something similar. They were being loud and laughing.
Bitch, that's a high schooler? Chat, the fly fucking respawned. The fly just fucking respawned. I killed it, and somebody rebooted this shit. Yeah, that shit about to piss me off. Let's log in. I was about to say that. Like, this ain't no high schooler, bitch. She about 2,000 years old. No, 70? No, 2,000. Bitch, how your eyelids touching your mouth? She's 2,000.
Obnoxiously as well, which was its own reason to keep watch of them. It didn't take long for them to catch me surveilling them, and they gave me some nasty stink eye for it, even talking shit just loud enough for me to hear.
Look at this bitch profiling us. What a loser. I bet she got this job by using
High schooler, 3,000 years old, dead ass. 3,000 years ago, she was in high school.
her tongue.
At that moment, I was too busy to care much more than that as they walked into the rest of the store. I let them go up.
Chat, I'm gonna be honest. I can't work retail, because I might have to be a nigga ass. Talking about this bitch profiling me, I might have to uppercut you. I just lost my job. You feel me? And I'm gonna say self-defense, because I worked there. I thought you were stealing, and you threatened me, so I beat your ass. You can't go to jail as a retailer. Self-defense. I thought you was gonna rob me. Be her ass.
About their business for a while. I decided to casually follow the direction they went in, and it didn't take long to find them. They weren't even trying to hide what they were doing either. They were blatantly stuffing merchandise into their backpacks. I rushed up and confronted them saying,
Excuse me? I just saw you put those things in your bags. Chill out, lady. We were gonna buy them, we just didn't want to use the baskets. You don't
We were gonna buy them. We just didn't want to use the baskets. What the fuck does that mean?
think I've heard that excuse 1,000 times. Just hand over what you took and I won't call the police. We didn't take anything, so leave us alone, nut liquor. Get that shit out of
Nut liquor. Yo, what am I listening to? Nut liquor? Yo, I never heard somebody say that ever in my life.
police. We didn't take anything, so leave us alone, nut liquor. Get that shit out of your backpack now. Make us, bitch.
The girl I was talking to started to run away, and admittedly, what I did next was a stupid mistake. but my emotions got the best of me.
Nah, you
I
pussy.
reached out and grabbed her arm,
You
pulling
pussy.
her.
You grabbed her? Yeah, that job not paying you that. Shorty, that job is not paying you that much to touch her. It was never that serious. I know you emotional and shit, but you gotta bring yourself back to ground level. Okay? It was never that serious to grab her. It was never that.
Back so she couldn't get away. Suddenly, the other girl grabbed me from behind and body slammed me. When I hit the ground, the wind got knocked out of me. I then started trying to get back up. The second I was able.
So she threw you to the ground that hard, this low ass high schooler, that the wind got knocked out of you. Yo, bro, all the wind got knocked out of you. Come on now.
The wind got knocked out of me. I then started trying to get back up. The second I was able to get onto my knees, I looked up and saw her holding a bottle of pepper spray in my face. The next thing I knew, my eyes were blasted. I went blind immediately. Then the heat and fire engulfed my face, even my entire body. I couldn't breathe, and I was gagging uncontrollably. I panicked, screaming and flailing, trying to grab onto something and pull myself up. I slammed into the shelves, knocking things onto the ground, and tripped onto the floor myself a few more times, before I finally heard the voice of my coworker. They held on to me and helped me calm down, then led me to the bathroom to rinse out my eyes and mouth. They even called the ambulance for me, and I was taken to the hospital. There were many more minutes of pure agony before I felt like I could see or breathe anywhere close to normal, and the pain persisted for hours afterward. But I did turn out okay, of course. By then, those girls had long since fled from the store. Though it didn't take long for the cops to track them down and arrest them at their houses, the legal proceedings afterward were complicated by the actions I took, which were against policy, and their lawyers even argued that the assault was justified as self-defense because...
That's self-defense, chat. She grabbed them first. That's self-defense.
...of them. Thankfully, they did get justice, but it's not like they were put away for very long. Now, whenever fall comes around, I remember this incident. Every time I have to clock in for Spirit Halloween, I'm afraid I'll see them again.
So stop working there!
2 women have been arrested after an attack on a worker at a North London, Ontario store. Police began investigating after an employee was pepper sprayed. Police and an ambulance responded to a Spirit Halloween at about 9:40 p.m. Wednesday night, after an employee was allegedly attacked.
Imagine getting maced on the Wednesday night game. Yo, but you gotta quit the job. Imagine getting maced on a Wednesday night game or Wednesday. Like, you still gotta go back to work, man. Like,
police say 2 women entered the business, where they were then observed concealing items in bags, and were subsequently asked to leave the store. An argument broke out, and one of the employees was attacked with pepper spray. Police were contacted, and the 2 women fled the store. Fortunately, the victims did not sustain serious injuries, police said. Both women were later arrested at their residences. As a result of the investigation, both women...
Oh yeah, I was about to say, they're not supposed to be scary. It says a true horror story. So I guess it's just horror stories. I like people's encounters and shit.
Women were released from custody and are due in the London court at a later date. The victim says there have been 7 different incidents over the past 3 months in which employees of the store have been physically attacked. There are plenty of reasons to not like fall. Kids go back to school, the warm weather goes away, and to people who dread visiting their family for the holidays. I, however, have a very specific reason for my anxiety during this season.
Is this part 2? Like, is this another story, or like, fuck is we doing?
I, however, have a very specific reason for my anxiety during this season. Years ago, I was dating this guy named Kenneth, but he always went by Kenny.
This who you dating, shorty? Yo, all the ladies watching the stream, you feel me? I know sometime a nigga might be handsome, or you might like one thing about him, chat. The difference between niggas and females, I'm gonna pitch y'all on now. If you don't like the truth, I don't give a fuck. When a nigga like a girl, it gotta be multiple factors. Like, it gotta be she cute with an ass, or she got titties, no ass, but she cute, or she got no ass, no titty, but she, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be females be talking to niggas because they got one good thing. Nigga would be ugly, bad hygiene, short, and broke. But because he treat her, because he give her massages, she like, oh, I can't. I'm just like, they just easily attached to one thing about a nigga. Me personally, I need to be attached to about 5 different things. Yo, I'm telling you, look at this nigga. Nigga would be criminals, broke, and short. Oh, but he cute though. What? Come on now, gang, lock in. Like, y'all females need to start locking in. Start having more self-respect. I'm doing this because I love y'all. You feel me? I don't know about all that. Yeah, okay, waitress. Yeah, okay. Accountability is y'all worst enemy. It's okay, though. Don't worry about it.
He had a stocky build and was quite muscular. Just my type of man. He was the first person I got
How many stories I heard? Yeah, he a killer, but he cute, though. What? Come on.
into a serious relationship after my ex, who left me after our son was born. Unfortunately, the relationship eventually fell off. Kenny became controlling. He would interrogate me every day, take my phone and go through it, always accusing me of cheating. When he found something he thought he proved, he would get violent. He made
Okay, of course you're eating. I'm okay, buddy. Okay, so Nye felt attacked by what I just said, so she had to attack me. Nah, it's cool. I know it's all love now. You know, like you just had to attack me, did you? Okay. He's abusive. He's abusing her. He checked her phone, but watch what she about to say. I still stayed because some bullshit. Watch.
of cheating. When he found something he thought he proved, he would get violent. He made threats against me and my son, and if he wasn't attacking me, he was breaking things. It had become too difficult to get him to approve to any sort of hangout that didn't involve him, so I began to not tell him my plans. One day, when I got off work,
why you doing? She stayed with the nigga. She stayed with the nigga. Why now she's sneaking around? Why you sneaking around and the nigga beating your ass? That's not gonna end well. Honestly, I can't do this shit. You can't do what? What are your what's your homework? I genuinely don't understand this shit. What are you talking about? Your homework?
I went straight to meet up with a friend of mine for her birthday. My son was staying over at my mom's place for the night, and Kenny was supposed to be working late, so I didn't think he'd even find out. After a few hours, I eventually got home, and when I opened the door, Kenny was standing on the other side of the door waiting for me.
I'm sure he was. Yeah, man, yeah, that's what you get for lying. That's what you get for lying, man. Yeah, he coming for your ass.
Bitch, where have you been?
I was just at a friend's birthday, I swear!
Suddenly, Kenny grabbed me and threw me inside. I panicked and ran into the bedroom.
Oh, the video? Oh.
I started packing a bag for myself so I could stay with my mom. But then...
Why would you... Yo. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Females under pressure and like emotion, like it's just bad, bro. The nigga attacking you for leaving the house and you gonna pack a bag in front of the nigga? Like, bro, like, she packing a bag in front of the nigga that just got mad at her for leaving the house. Like, bro, like, it's just not making sense, bro.
Kenny came in. He threw me onto the bed and tried to pin me down. I fought back, kicking and clawing like a wild animal, and was able to get out from under him. I was able to get out of the house and immediately drove to my mother's house. I hadn't told her how bad things had been between me and Kenny. That night, I sat there sobbing, confessing to my mother about the encounter I had with Kenny earlier, and all the bad shit he has done to me over the years. At that point, all we could do was call the...
Chat, if the roles were switched, most niggas not dealing with that shit. That just proved my point. Most niggas not dealing with that shit. Most niggas not gonna deal with a girl doing all this extra shit. Most niggas not dealing with that, you feel me? But a girl, she attached to one little thing. Where is the kid? I think he at the grandma house or the mom house and shit.
Police. I was reluctant because I was afraid of what Kenny might do, but ultimately did it. After an hour or so, Kenny got kicked out of my house, and I filed a restraining order against him. I also blocked his number as well as all his social media accounts. And
Bitch, he got air tags and while you was at your mother's house, he was setting up air tags in all your clothes. You're done. There's an air tag in your, like, come on.
even changed the locks, officially ending our relationship by all means. We were separated for a few weeks, but this was not the end. One night, I was watching TV with my son when I got a random text. It was an unknown number, but I knew it was Kenny. The first few words in the message confirmed it too. It read, "It's gonna take more than that to stop me, bitch." He was clearly trying to get back and get revenge. It just infuriated me that it had only been a matter of weeks, and he was already violating the restraining order. At first, I ignored the text.
You think that nigga care about a restraining order? Yo, come on, gang. He don't care about that shit. He don't care about that shit.
But a few seconds later, it started to ring. I was
Shorty look good. Let me...
just trying to spend time with my kid and move on, and there was this asshole trying to ruin my life again. I couldn't believe I'd gotten involved with someone like him, but it was so much worse than I thought. What really made my heart sink was when I looked over at my living room window and saw Kenny standing right outside watching us. He had his phone in his hand and was smiling, having been out there for God knows how long.
Let me in.
Baby, go to your room and hide.
I want to give that kid a little sibling, but I need your hole.
Leave me alone.
What? Oh, nah. Oh, nah. What? So he trying to do the R word now. First he abused her, now he trying to R word? Nah, gang.
Hide.
I want to give that kid a little sibling, but I need your hole.
Leave me alone, or I'm calling the cops.
Kenny didn't listen. He went over to the door and started trying to break in. I got my taser from my bag. Then I went to my son's room where we both hid at. I ended up calling the police. Then I waited, listening to Kenny pounding on the door, literally shaking the walls of the house. If he got through, I was ready to do everything I could to keep him from hurting me or my son. As the minutes dragged on, it seemed like that would be the case, but then the pounding stopped. Outside, the police arrived and scared Kenny off. He ended up running across the freeway and jumping the fence into the nearby corn maze. It was just weeks away from opening for Halloween, so the whole thing was complete with winding narrow passages through corn stalks 10 feet high. That's where Kenny decided to hide, ruining all the plans I had to take my son there when it opened. The police surrounded the place, then began searching for Kenny. While the search dragged on, they let us stay in the cruiser for safety, as we were terrified he would somehow come back. It took hours for them to comb through the entire 4-acre maze. The cops looked everywhere in it but couldn't find him. That is until they finally caught him hiding in a chicken coop, also owned by the maze grower. Kenny was arrested and put in jail for violating the restraining order. It's been a while since then, so I wish I could put this all behind me. Sadly, I can't help but think his business with me isn't over. Every fall, the fear that he will come back is at its highest.
You didn't check the case? Well, what you mean every fall you scared he gonna come back? Did you check the case to see how long he arrested for? What are you talking about?
This story was inspired by a creepy fall incident where it took 2 hours, a plane, and 6 officers to track down a suspected stalker after he fled into an elaborate corn maze. Police began searching for Ryan Kenneth Watt, 29, on a Friday evening after his ex-girlfriend reported Watt had violated a restraining order by texting him.
Gang, how many Like, chat, we gotta look up the average amount of restraining orders given out in America. No. We gotta look up the average amount of restraining orders given out in like, no, because it's getting to a point. We gotta look this shit up, man. So we gotta look this shit up. How many restraining orders is given out per year in America? How many how you spell restraining orders are given out per year in America? I can't fucking spell for shit. Niggas don't care about this shit. Nobody asked if you care. How many restraining orders are given out per 1.2 million? Every day? Wait, hold on. 1.2 million restraining orders are active on a given day? What does that mean? 2 to 3 million are given out per year in America. And who is this nigga? Who is this nigga? Who is that nigga? Ooh. Yeah. That nigga look like he need a restraining order on his ass. He look like he need a restraining order on that ass. He look like he need a restraining order on that ass. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Alright, y'all, let's log back in.
Calling her, officers looked for Watt, whom they described as a transient with a history of stalking behavior at a homeless encampment, but couldn't find him. Police visited the camp again the next morning and spotted Watt just before 9 a.m. Watt ran across a nearby freeway and into a corn maze that was being prepped for Halloween visitors and had not opened yet. Officers set up a perimeter around the corn maze, called the California Highway Patrol for backup, and deployed a fixed-wing aircraft to circle.
Chat, this why I'm scared to go to Cali or like LA. Like Cali is just like everything bad be going on there, bro. It's like I be hearing like the aura is just like I feel like once I land it's gonna be like. But I did want to go to TwitchCon though, chat. I did want to go to TwitchCon, but it's just not possible. It's just not possible.
Field. Police combed the maze methodically, but still couldn't find Watt. Then one of the officers noticed a chicken coop about 20 feet from the edge of the maze. An officer kicked the door in and found Watt hiding inside. He was arrested without incident just before 11 a.m., police said. Investigators had been monitoring Watt even before his ex-girlfriend reported him, and said he had a history of showing up uninvited at the woman's home and at her son's school, hacking her social media account.
So you should have had a history of calling the cops and getting that nigga going. Start recording that nigga.
And texting her while she was with friends to say he's watching her.
Oh, nah. The nigga was texting you while you was out with your friends saying he watching you? Oh, nah, gang. It's like, y'all, like, you gotta be more, you feel me? You just like, what? Okay, last story. It's snowing? I mean, the viral?
This happened in the fall of 2010.
Is that fucking Blue's Clues? What is Blue's Clues? Present day? Nigga gave up on himself?
At the time, I was married to my wife, and together we were raising our daughter, Jennifer.
God damn. This family, yeah, Jesus Christ. Do y'all eat food or? Like, are y'all eating or like y'all just saying, fuck it, let's just live and see how long we can live and shit? Yeah. Oh, they doing a social experiment. Okay.
Even back in those times, things were far from perfect.
Damn!
Jennifer had been dating this low-life line cook.
Yo, King Ken, what's good, my boy? Welcome back to the stream, broski.
Daniel. She called him attractive because he was one of the quote-unquote bad boys. But
I told you, chat. Girls find one thing about a nigga and love that nigga. Would never let go. This nigga Chop, she said, oh, but he's a bad boy. No, he's a killing boy. What? He's a bad boy? Yeah, he is a bad man. Sophia? Yo, Rudy, slow down, man.
Knew he was no good for her, so I made them break up. And sure, Jennifer was pissed, but my wife and I knew she would eventually get over it. She was still dependent on us until she was through with school, and that's what I wanted her to focus on. Call me a stereotypical Asian father, but I
You don't sound Asian, my boy. I ain't gonna lie. And your wife don't look Asian.
Knew what was best for my daughter. For a while, things were going great. Jennifer was getting...
Bitch getting a 50? How you go from a 50 to a 80? She cheating. Nah, she cheating.
Good grades, and I never had to hear her talk about that Daniel guy anymore. This did not last forever, unfortunately. At some point,
50
she
is
started
crazy.
arriving
Like a 50, like how do you even get a 50? That's like you gotta purposely do that shit.
home
Right.
from school later than usual. Of course, I became suspicious, and my gut was telling me that she was seeing that piece of shit again. Knowing I would be fed more lies if I confronted her without evidence, I needed to catch them together. So one day, I called out of work. While she was getting ready for school, I snuck into my car and waited for her to leave. Then, I followed her, and just as I suspected, she didn't go anywhere near her school. In a blind rage,
So she faking grades? Oh, she faking grades. Okay.
I got out of my car and pulled them apart, yelling, "Get your hands off my daughter, you scumbag!"
Dad, stop! You can't do this!
Shut up! I'll deal with your disgraceful ass when we get home.
God damn. Nah, he on BT. I ain't gonna lie, he on BET.
Stop! You can't do this!
Shut up! I'll deal with your disgraceful ass when we get home. Don't talk down to her like that, bro! Show some respect! Respect? Bitch, I'm her father, and she's too young for you. I should call the police and have you arrested, pedophile. I then dragged
He said a PDF file, Twitch, he said like the PDF files, like when you go on your computer and like they have like like you could look up the files on your computers, it's the PDF files. That's what he said. He was like, bro, why don't you use your PDF files? Like he don't use his, like he don't upgrade his resume and shit like that.
Jennifer into my car and took her where she belonged, to school. I brought her into the front office.
That's a school? Yeah, this whole town, this must be Gotham. This must be Gotham City. This a school? Mm-mm.
Only to find out that she was no longer enrolled. Apparently, she hasn't been going to school that entire fall semester. Those stellar report cards she'd been coming home with were all fakes that she forged with Daniel. My head started to spin as I realized she'd been hanging out with him instead of going to...
I ain't gonna lie. There's no way a nigga dick that good that you just throw your whole life away. She not going to school at all just to meet a nigga. She not even doing half a days. She not even acting like she going to school. She literally unenrolled in school just to meet a nigga. Like, this is diabolical, gang. Cause y'all both chopped. So it's like, what's the outcome of this shit? Yeah, like...
school this entire time. My wife nearly fainted when I brought Jennifer home and made her confess. We had no clue what to do at that moment but to lock her inside a room so she could make no further mistakes. For those next few nights, our home was broken. We made sure Jennifer stayed in her room as we discussed our options. What kind of therapy or institution could put our daughter on the right track? One night, my wife and I were watching TV in the living room. The lights were off to hide our faces from each other. We just wanted to watch something nice, to get...
The lights were off to hide our faces from each other? Do y'all not like each other? What is that? Wait, hold on. What? Did I hear that?
daughter on the right track. One night, my wife and I were watching TV in the living room. The lights were off to hide our faces from each other. We just wanted to watch something nice, to get into a better headspace.
What?
Then there was a knock at the door, more a pounding than a knock. We looked over, confused out of our minds. It was almost midnight. Who could be disturbing us at such a late hour? I slowly got up and told my wife to stay put. Knew it had to be that piece of shit Daniel. But then, out of nowhere, the most disturbing, gut-wrenching thing I have ever seen happened before my eyes. The door flew open, and
What the fuck am I looking at? No chat, what the fuck am I looking at, bro? There's no way they want to be together this bad. Is this Shrek and Fiona? Is no way. He's willing to go to jail. He ready to kill the parents and she ready to throw her life away. Like, this must be the best couple of all time. This must be Like they must be destined for like they must really did some shit to love each other this much. He ready to kill, she ready to throw her life away. Like nah.
3 men rushed inside with weapons.
They already shooting? Yo!
Eyes. The door flew open, and 3 men rushed inside with weapons, screaming and firing randomly. Suddenly, I got hit. I collapsed with the pain of the impact knocking me out of my own body. The next moments were a blur. Get down now! Where's the money at? Show us the money, bitch!
Let go! Get out of my house!
My
You gave me a shoulder when I...
She was in the middle of trying to tell them what they wanted, but in an instant, they killed her right in front of my eyes. Watching her get annihilated hurt more than any bullet ever could. The next thing I saw was all 3 of them working together to force my daughter down and tie her up. Then they started dragging her down the hall. I knew there was nothing I could do to stop them, not while unarmed, wounded, and outnumbered. I felt such shame and guilt for abandoning my daughter to whatever they were going to do to her, but my only option was to escape while they were distracted and get help. So I crawled, gasping for air and bleeding out until I was able to get outside, where a random stranger passing by on the sidewalk helped me to safety and called the police. I didn't know what was going on in the house as the ambulance took me away. At the hospital, they put me in a coma to keep me alive. When I woke up, I snapped out of it and recalled my daughter unbound and speaking in a friendly manner to one of the assailants. That's when I realized that she wasn't a victim. She planned it. She and her worthless boyfriend had orchestrated the entire thing. They hired hitmen to take me and my wife out, just so they could be together. My wife is gone. My daughter is in prison. I have nothing, and every time it becomes fall, that fact is all I can think about.
Yo, Chad, this is my worst fear of being a parent. Like, imagine you become a parent and you do everything good, like you do everything for your child. And because your child just being a child around the wrong people, they unalive you because of some dumb, stupid shit. Because they want to be with a boyfriend. Gang, that's the worst. Like, I would hate to be a parent and, like, I just do everything, gang. And my son or daughter just want to unalive me because I'm not letting them do what they want to do. It's like, bro, like, what? So now, like, you gonna live with your boy? Like, so what's the thought process? So now you gonna live with him? Because y'all both, what, in high school or some shit? Y'all gonna move in together and just, like, where you gonna live now? Like, gang, like...
Story was inspired by a notorious horrific fall incident that happened on the night of November 8th, 2010. A frantic 911 call went out from a family home in Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, Canada. GG's. Ani, you're done.
The caller, a young woman named Jennifer Pan, told dispatchers that she had been at home with her parents when armed men forced their way into the house and demanded money. Jennifer said that the intruders tied her up, took out her parents, then fled. As Jennifer pleaded with the dispatcher to send help, her father, Hui Han, could be heard in the background, screaming in agony. He miraculously survived the onslaught and needed urgent medical care. Her mother, Bi Han, passed away instantly. Initially, the Pans appeared to be the random victims of a deadly home invasion, a shocking anomaly in their quiet residential neighborhood. But after more details emerged, it became clear that Jennifer knew more about what happened that night than she was letting on. Jennifer later confessed that she enlisted her then-boyfriend Daniel Wong to help her organize a plot to take out her parents.
They ordered niggas? They ordered 3 niggas. Yo, this this got to be the most documentary intro. They couldn't get their friends. They probably went to the black kids in school and said, I give you $1,000. And them niggas was like, 1,000, I'll do whatever. They probably don't even know these niggas. They probably went to the random black kids in school and said, yo, I'll give you $1,000. And it said jump. They said jump. They said how high?
Murder was intended to look like a robbery gone wrong, assisted by 3 hitmen, David Mail Wagenham, Leonard Crawford, and Eric Carty, with Jennifer playing the part of a helpless witness. The motive behind the ordeal was because Jennifer...
I ain't gonna lie, for them niggas to throw their life away, she had to give them a lot of money. Like, she had to had offer them a lot of money. There's no way these hitmen gonna randomly throw their lives away for a high school sweetheart. Like, what?
Pan testified that her parents had strict expectations. She and her parents had a particularly strained relationship after she confessed that she had lied about her education and about being in a relationship with Daniel Wong, which caused her to do what she did. Huihan Pan testified for the prosecution at his daughter's 2014 trial, at which Jennifer was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Wong and the other hitmen were convicted as well, and also received life sentences with their possibility of parole after 25 years.
W's.